Hey, what's going on, guys? Logdotzip here. This mob right here is the rarest mob in Minecraft. How rare exactly? Well, look at the percentage you're seeing appear on screen right now. It is literally so rare that I don't have the time to say the number that you're looking at on screen. It is so rare. Almost 75 zeros, and then a whole jumble of numbers at the end. You will never see this mob in game, and in today's video we'll be covering this mob alongside 14 others for a grand total of the 15 rarest mobs in Minecraft. So we start our list of 15 rarest Minecraft mobs with number 1, a new mob. Foxes, and more importantly, the fox items. That is because foxes have a 20% chance to spawn with an item in their mouths, and each has its own rarity, whether it's wheat, leather, feathers, eggs, rabbits, hides, and even emeralds. These are different percentage chances you have of getting these individual items. And what we have here are a whole bunch of fox spawn eggs. And more importantly, what we have right here is a giant pit of death. So I'm gonna just slowly spawn in 100 different foxes. Now, you can already see by looking at a couple of the foxes that some of them have things in their mouth when we spawn them in. And we're gonna see those all collect once we finish getting through all 100 of these fox spawns. And we should see some spread of different item type the moment we reach the bottom. So we are just about done. Let's go ahead and bounce on down. Sorry about all that. Jeez, man. Well, that almost killed me too. And so here's the spread. From 100 foxes, we got 3 wheat, 3 eggs, 6 feathers, 1 emerald, 5 rabbit's foot, 2 rabbit hides, and 5 leather. Not a bad spread. And actually, eggs are the source of another very rare mob spawn, but we'll get to that soon. Number 2, brown pandas. Arguably the rarest of the different panda variants found in game. What makes them so rare is that both the main gene and hidden gene stats of a panda must be brown for the brown panda to actually spawn in. That's right. There are 2 different genes associated with the panda mob spawn. And so you'll want to make sure that those are sorted and matched in order to get this. Now, genes are randomized, so the chances of finding a brown panda is quite rare. Here's what they look like, though. If you ever happen to see one, just know you got really lucky, because these guys are very uncommon to find. But it's worth noting that there are other panda variants as well. So here's what a normal panda looks like. Adorable. We've got our lazy panda, and they all have different facial features on them, all slightly different variants of textures. The playful panda going busy with it. Look at his mouth. He's so happy to be here. The weak panda, or the sick panda, looking real sad. You've got the worried panda, who's kind of got a frown on his face. It was kind of adorable, but kind of sad as well. And the aggressive panda, who will mess with you if you give him a good old punch. What's good, baby? You gonna woo! But ultimately, the brown one's gonna be the rarest of them all. So keep that in mind when you're exploring your bamboo jungles. Number 3, charged creepers, a rare sight indeed. If you are unaware, different mobs will drop their heads when killed by a charged creeper. So this is one of the only ways you can get mob skulls in-game. Wither skeleton skulls obviously drop their own skull as a drop, but for the rest of the mob skulls, you're gonna need to get your hands on some charged creepers. Now, the way you charge a creeper is to get one to get struck by lightning. Now, the chances of that happening are quite low, so it is a rare mob indeed. Charged creepers also have a larger explosion radius, but if you yourself gave area, mob griefing is off. So we won't see an explosion here, but we can very easily show it to you right over here. So here's what a regular creeper's explosion looks like in terms of block damage. Not too substantial. Let's take a look at what a charged creeper is going to do us for, huh? Look at the difference in size. Enormous. And so, you'll want to make sure you steer clear of any charged creepers the moment you see them in your radar. Otherwise, oh boy, forgot to switch it tonight. Look, just stay away from charged creepers, okay? Are going to look a little bit like these guys instead. Yes! Wow! Mob skulls galore. Look, we got creeper skulls over here. We got... Well, okay, I guess we got one skull. Let's try again, huh? Give me some skulls, baby! Man, that was an explosion. Well, I got another creeper skull. Okay, well, you want to work with me here a little bit, buddy? There we go. See, I was telling the truth. Rare. You can technically even use the creepers to get player skulls as well. Though, from testing, we realized that you can't get your own skull. You can only use other players to get skulls of theirs. We move on to number 4, mooshrooms, and specifically brown mushrooms. Brown mushrooms were added to Minecraft 1.14 and are even rarer than their red mushroom counterpart. Now, speaking of, it's time we headed to a mushroom island biome. In we go. Don't worry, this is a serious shortcut. Anyways, here we are. Mushrooms spawn in the rarest biome in the game, the Mushroom Island biome, which is what makes them so rare. They can be sheared from mushrooms, or mushrooms, or milked for stew. So let's go find ourselves a nice red mushroom to go say hello to. Where y'all at? Yeah! Check them out. So they are extremely rare. If you happen to get one in your base, well, you either went a long way to grab them or you spawned in on a Mushroom Island biome. Either way, you can shear them to turn them into regular cows, or as stated, use a bowl on them to get a whole bunch of mushroom stew. But let's take it a step further, shall we? What's even rare is the brown mushroom. It only spawns when a mushroom is struck by lightning. It can be sheared for mushrooms or fed flowers and milked for suspicious stew, which is a difference between it and the red mushroom. So let's change the weather to thunder, baby. And we're gonna see if we can get one of these mushrooms to get struck by lightning. Ooh. And so the reality of the situation is I'm not gonna save that to chance. We're just gonna summon in some lightning. Bam! And instantly, he has turned into a brown mushroom. Now, this works in a very similar format where you can right-click to get yourself a mushroom stew, but if you feed flowers before you milk the mushroom stew you get will be a suspicious stew instead. So check it out. We now have a suspicious stew. Any guesses as to the effect we're gonna get by eating this? We got blindness. Very unexpected. And speaking of unexpected, we've got a list of 15 other unexpected updates that came out in Minecraft 1.14 that you can check out right now or at the end of today's video by clicking the eye that you see pop up in the corner of the screen right now. Either way, to find a brown mushroom in your world is an extremely rare sight. So if you happen across one, do what you can to bring them home with you. For now, let's kill the rain and head back to the mainland, because it's time to get to mob number 5. Enderman created golems. This one is very rare, and we might not even be able to see it today. That's how rare it is. Iron golems will spawn naturally, and snow golems must be spawned in by the player. But there's a very, very low chance that an enderman can pick up a pumpkin and spawn in a golem. And so what we have here are some enderman spawn eggs, and you could, in theory, see this enderman pick up some of the nearby pumpkins that we have in this pen here. So I'm gonna just spawn in a whole bunch of them, see if any of them pick up the pumpkins, and if they do, there's a chance they'll put it on top of the snow blocks or on top of the iron blocks that we've placed in this pen. Excuse me, guys, I'm trying to... You mind if yeah. The idea is that endermen are capable of picking up blocks they find on their journeys, some of them grabbing dirt blocks, some of them grabbing cobblestone, and every once in a while they can grab other blocks, including pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns. It doesn't look like any of them are interested today, but that's the chance we ran. We thankfully have a command we can enter in right here that will allow us to summon in an enderman that's already holding one of these pumpkins. And so maybe with a little bit of luck, one of them will place it on the snow golem. I'm not counting on it. Come on, guys. I literally just need one of you to put down a pumpkin already. Either way, the idea behind it is that if the enderman were to place it on top of this snow block, it would summon in a snow golem. And if you were to place it on top of this iron block, we get an iron golem. Get busy, dude! For now, we move to mob number 6, or mobs number 6, tropical fish. 90% of all tropical fish, which are mobs that were added into Minecraft 1.13's Update Aquatic. Oh my gosh, can you guys shut up already? Either way, the fish contain one of 22 common variants, and only 10% have different size, color, or patterns, amounting to a total of over 2,700 different variants of tropical fish. So one unique fish has a 1 in 2,700 chance of existing, and that only happens 10% of the time as well. What we're seeing right here are a normal set of tropical fish spawn eggs, and so if we start right-clicking, you'll see a whole bunch of different fish begin to populate this aquarium area. And a lot of them look different, whether it's color, shape, size, or variety of fish. However, if we look inside this other chest here, you'll see some of the fish breakdowns. We've got an orange-white cob here, a rose sky spotty, and a white-gray dasher. Hey, let's grab a teal rose dasher as well. So here's what the teal rose looks like. White-gray, rose sky spotty, and an orange-white cob. Again, the rarity of each of these as fish, not too high. But for the specific traits of each one is where you're going to run into this 1 in 2,700 chance of existing. So if you happen to find yourself on an adventure to collect all of the different fish variants in game, well, get ready for a serious journey because it's going to take a long time to collect all these different specific types of fish, but a challenge nonetheless, and I'm curious to see who can get close to collecting them all. My guess, it's not going to happen anytime soon. Mob number 7, the Wandering Trader Villager, which was added in Minecraft 1.14's Village of Pillage. Every 20 in real life minutes, it's got a chance of spawning in game, but it's only a 1.5% chance. Let's take a look at this fella. Hey, Wandering Trader. Ah, no llamas this time, huh? He has lots of different unique trades that should vary up every single time you happen across one in game. But yes, as we said, and only a 1.5% chance of spawning. However, if it doesn't spawn in that 20-minute period, well, the chance of it spawning in gets higher, maxing out at a 7.5% chance of spawning in every 20 minutes once you reach that cap, which is why the Wandering Trader is fairly rare, but not as rare as some of your other mobs. So if you happen to see one of these in game, know that for the most part, you got pretty lucky to find him. The trades, though, leave something to be desired. Sorry, guys. Mob number 8, Skeleton Traps, one of the rarest mobs yet in today's video. During lightning storms, which don't always happen, a skeleton trap has a chance of spawning based on your difficulty level, which will range from as low as a 0.75% chance of spawning in to as much as a 6.75% chance spawning in on higher difficulty levels. So based on difficulty, it can be rarer than a spider jockey, which we'll get to very soon, by the way, or almost as common as a wandering trader. Allow me to change the weather to thunder so you can get an idea of what you should see in game. If you happen to find yourself a skeleton horse hanging out in your Minecraft worlds, if you approach it, it means you're gonna run into a skeleton trap because these are rare enough. But finding one and getting nearby will cause the trap to occur, which will spawn in 4 skeleton horsemen with enchanted gear, both enchanted bows as well as some enchanted armor that you'll have to fend against in order to take them out and possibly use some of their skeleton horses for your own. Ein. Yo, look, they're battling each other. What are they, dumb? Look like they're missing the brain or something. Oh, I guess they are. Now, this is essentially the only way for you to get skeleton horses in-game, so keep that in mind if you ever want to find one of these naturally. Number 9, sheep. Wait, what? Sheep? Yes, sheep are on this list. Black, gray, and light gray sheep have only a 5% chance of spawning in-game, while brown sheep only have a 3% chance of spawning in-game. And so we've got a whole bunch of different sheep to show off this exact feature. 5% chance, 5% chance, 5% chance, 3% chance. Ooh! White sheep have an 80% chance of spawning in essentially all the time. But check out this little puppy over here. The pink sheep, which has a 0.164% chance of spawning in-game. That is about 0.1%. Look at him in all his glory. Pink goodness. If you find one of these in game, you better use a name tag on him and save him because he is very rare. Down to the wire at number 10, Endermites. Yes, these little buggers only have a 5% chance of spawning in when throwing an ender pearl, which is hard enough to get because they don't drop too frequently and you have to kill an enderman to get one. And they do damage to you, so you wouldn't use them too often anyways, which is why an endermite made it to this list. So we've got a whole mess of ender pearls, and we're gonna see how many of them we need to use in order to make one of these endermites spawn in. At a 5% spawn rate, we should, in theory, get one endermite after about 20 ender pearl throws, maybe 25, but I'll let you know what happens here. I'm stuck in a block! Guys, this is so exciting, guys. Seriously. So exciting. Okay, so that's pearl number 50 we just threw. No endermite yet. And that's pearl 100 with nothing. Wow, no way, with 2 left. So it took 142 ender pearls to get this endermite to spawn in. Get away, you ugly. Don't like. Kind of reminds me of like a fruit gusher. Endermites themselves are good for making enderman farms in the end, so if you happen to get one, use a name tag on it because they do despawn naturally with time. Mob number 11, which is actually multiple mobs, quadruplet chickens. As you know, you can spawn in a chicken naturally by throwing a chicken egg. But baby chickens have a 1 in 8 chance of spawning from a thrown egg, or 12.5% chance, which is fairly high. However, There's a really rare chance to spawn in 4 baby chickens at once. A 1 in 256% chance, or 1 in 256 chance, aka about a 0.4% chance of that actually happening. So, we've gotten here a whole bunch of eggs, and we're about to get our cholesterol on, baby. Now, we have more than 256 eggs right here, so in theory, we should see this quadruplet egg. Meanwhile, like I said, you have a 12.5% chance of getting a regular chicken spawn to occur regardless. So, we're gonna see if we can capture this baby on camera, but more than likely, I'll just have to pause and resume once we get this mega rare spawn. The way you'll be able to tell that we managed to get it is if you see 4 chickens all kind of floating at the exact same time, which would be very convenient. And obviously, just because it's a 1 in 256 chance does not necessarily mean that we're going to... I think we just did it! We just did it! Hey! Not bad. Look at that. Can we just... Oh, wait, that was... Oh, wait, we lived. Well, that was convenient. We got them all at once. That was not that bad at all. That didn't take too long. But that's the idea. 1 in 256%. Yo, this looks funny. More on rare chicken mobs in a second. For now, though, we get to number 12, Spider Jockeys. Arguably the original rare mob in game. A skeleton riding a spider? Sounds like a nightmare. Well, it's not only a nightmare, but it's pretty rare. There's only 1% chance that a spider jockey will spawn in-game, but there are different variants of said spider jockey. We need to switch things at night. Just kidding, they all have helmets on. So this is what they look like in-game. You've got various different types. A stray, a wither skeleton jockey, and of course your regular run-of-the-mill spider jockey. I remember seeing one of these things back in 2009. Again, they were one of the rarest mobs. They're not too smart. Every once in a while when they're trying to shoot off with their bow, they'll end up hitting their spider instead. We already saw some of that with them attempting to... It looks like he's trying to attack something down there. Ooh, yo, let's see it. Yo, battle. Yo, best day. Get it. Yeah. Ooh. Come on, boys. I want to see some action. Yeah, I'm evil. Whoa, they killed each other's spiders. The ultimate showdown of Ultimate Destiny. Oh man, he's after me now. Get out! If you see a spider jockey in game, know that you found a very rare mob. But number 13, speaking of jockeys and of chickens, is the chicken jockey. What's even rarer than a spider jockey? A chicken jockey. They only have a 0.25% chance of spawning in. However, that's in a chicken-free environment. If chickens are detected nearby, then the chance roughly doubles to about 0.5% chance of spawn. However, that's still quite rare. And this comes in variants as well. You've got your zombie variant chicken jockey, your husk variant, your pigman variant, and your drowned variant. And you can even find zombie villager variants as well, which aren't actually shown here, but that's okay, it's not the end of the world. Look at these little armies of poultry zombie goodness. This guy's got no interest in me. It's probably because it's not raining. Either way, these are pretty rare, so if you manage to put a name tag on one of them, it will stay in this form long term. Number 14, the killer bunny. Now this one actually made it in as a rare mob because originally it did spawn in game. It no longer does, however, in the snapshots, it did spawn in. And it was a 1 in 1,000 chance of spawning in. This is back in snapshot 14W27A. However, in the next snapshot, it changed to 1 in 2,500, or a 0.04% chance of spawning in. Now, since the snapshot 14W34A it no longer spawns in, that's because it's, quote, a tired joke, and it's been referenced in so many games. This is courtesy of, I believe, Jeb or Dinnerbone. And another reason is that they're basically a random death event, and so they ended up getting rid of the spawn occurring naturally in-game. But this is what they used to look like. An innocent killer bunny, ein, that would try and kill you, and that's it's a really sad experience. Don't you want to be my friend? Aye! And finally, my friends, the rarest mob, the one you saw at the start of today's video, the 4.3797E minus 75% mob, aka another jockey. This mob was discovered on Reddit through an experiment. This mob can only spawn under special conditions. Its chances of spawning? Well, it's roughly 74 zeros, followed by 437969144, 8% chance of spawning, or this for short. Again, you saw it on screen, the number itself. Here it is again. Try even counting this number. Good luck. You'll probably never naturally find this mob in-game, but this is what he will look like. It's a chicken jockey riding enchanted diamond armor, or regular diamond armor, in this case it's enchanted, alongside an enchanted iron sword that's also a zombie villager that's also riding the chicken. if you see one of these in game, consider yourself basically blessed, because the chances of this happening are pretty much 0. I want to see if we can get our hands on the actual gear, because it does have enchantments on it. You even saw that it gave off a little bit of a thorns effect on me when I attempted to attack. You stay away. Ein, I want your gear. Give it to me. Yeah. Man, he's got really strong gear on, doesn't he? Look at that. What did he have? Blast Prot, Respiration, Aquafinity, Unbreaking, Feather Falling, Blast Prot, Depth Strider, and Unbreaking. Amazing. The reason it's so rare is because there's a percentage chance of a mob spawning with a helmet on its head, chest, legs, boots, as a villager, and on a chicken. And for all of those to align exactly as we saw is what results in this crazy long percentage. But that's gonna do it for the 15 rarest mobs in Minecraft. Let us know which mob you thought was your favorite, and let us know what other lists of Minecraft videos you'd like to see us do next. Thanks for subscribing. We'll see you later.